Have you ever caught your cat freezing in the litter box? Just sitting there, staring at the wall, looking like they're solving the mysteries of the universe or writing their memoirs. We often smile at this, thinking, look at him, what a philosopher. But what if I told you that this philosophical pause isn't just a quirky personality trait? Sometimes it's a silent cry for help that could cost your pet their life. Today, we're going to learn how to hear this quiet signal before it's too late. Hey friends, so glad to see you here on the channel. We're used to discussing the best ways to pet a cat, or which toys are best, but today we have a topic that is talked about less often, even though it affects every owner, from beginners to experienced cat parents. We're going to talk about urinary health. It sounds a bit medical, doesn't it? But trust me, understanding how this works is the best gift you can give your furry friend. Why is he running to the bathroom too often? Why did he suddenly miss the box? And where is the line when you need to drop everything and rush to the vet? Get comfortable, pour yourself some tea, and don't forget fresh water for your kitty. And let's figure this out. Before we look for diseases, let's understand what normal is. In an ideal world, a healthy cat uses the litter box for number 1 2 to 4 times a day. And importantly, they do it quickly and efficiently. They go in, do their business, cover it up, or pretend to cover it up, and leave. The whole process takes no more than 30 seconds. But if you see your pet walk into the box, assume the position, and just sit there minute after minute. Or go in, come out, and immediately go back in. That is a reason to be alert. Pay attention to the sounds. A pitiful meow during the process isn't an attempt to talk to you from the bathroom. It is a sign of pain. Imagine wearing shoes 2 sizes too small and trying to run. That is roughly the same discomfort, or rather burning and pain, a cat feels with inflammation. Sometimes the poor thing starts looking for another place to go, a soft rug or your bed. Not because the cat is being bad or taking revenge for the cheap food. He simply connects his litter box with pain and naively hopes that it won't hurt on the soft blanket. It's an unpleasant situation, I agree. But where does it come from? Let's look inside the body and identify the main culprits of this distress. Most often, especially in cats under 10 years old, we encounter the term cystitis. But in cats, it's unique. There is something called feline idiopathic cystitis. The complex word idiopathic translates from medical to human as, we don't know the exact cause, but it's happening. However, veterinarians have noticed a clear link. This type of cystitis loves stress. Think of a cat's bladder not just as a container, but as a sensory organ. Under severe stress, moving, renovations, guests, a new pet, the protective layer inside the bladder becomes thin. Urine begins to irritate the organ walls, causing a burning sensation and false alarms. The cat feels like he really needs to go, he runs to the box, but nothing happens except a few drops in pain. Therefore, if your cat is a sensitive soul, any stress might not hit his nerves, but his bladder. Peace in the home is literally the health of his urinary system. Stress is an invisible enemy. But sometimes the problem has a physical, tangible form. We are talking about crystals and stones. Urolithiasis, you've probably heard of it. This is when sand, or even large stones, uroliths, form in the bladder. Imagine a stream blocked by rocks. The water cannot flow freely. These formations can partially or completely block the exit from the bladder. And here, unfortunately, our boys, male cats, are at particular risk. Why males and not females? It's all about anatomy. In females, the urethra is shorter and wider, but in males, it is long and very narrow, with sharp bends. To create a traffic jam in such a narrow tunnel, you sometimes don't even need a stone. A so-called urethral plug is enough. It's a sticky mixture of mucus, cells, and grit. It acts like a cork in a champagne bottle, but the effect is anything but a celebration. Speaking of liquids, did you know that the most common reason for these crystals forming is simply our pets being too lazy to drink water? Cats are descendants of desert animals. Their ancestors got moisture from prey and almost never drank. But the modern house cat, who eats only dry food and sleeps 20 hours a day on the sofa, falls into an evolutionary trap. Here is the essence. If a cat drinks little, his urine becomes very concentrated. This is the perfect environment for crystals to grow. Add to this obesity and lack of exercise, and we get a dangerous combo. A lazy cat rarely gets up to drink and rarely goes to the toilet, allowing urine to stagnate in the bladder. We love chubby cats. We call them chonks or loaves. But for urethral health, being a chonk is a ticking time bomb. A lean, fit cat who chases candy wrappers has a much lower chance of meeting a urologist. And now, friends, the most important moment of this video. Please remember this forever. There are conditions where you can wait until morning, but a complete urinary blockage is a life or death emergency. If the urethra is completely blocked, the bladder fills up and cannot empty. This causes excruciating pain. But the scariest thing happens in the blood. Potassium levels rise sharply, poisoning the body and stopping the heart. It is a matter of hours, not days. Warning symptoms. The cat goes to the box many times, strains, but it stays dry. The belly is hard and painful. The cat hides, growls, or conversely is unnaturally lethargic. You see drops of blood. If you notice this in the evening, do not wait for the morning. If you notice it in the morning, do not wait for the evening. This is a case where it is better to be safe and go to the clinic for nothing than to be too late. While you are driving to the vet or getting ready, you might have an urge to help your pet yourself, and this is where you must stop. There are things you absolutely must not do. Your instinct says, his tummy hurts, I should rub it. Never do this. An overfilled bladder is stretched to the limit like a balloon. Any pressure can cause it to burst. This is fatal. The second mistake is giving human pills or diuretics. I'll give him a pill to help him pee. No. If the exit is closed, a diuretic will only increase the pressure inside, speeding up kidney failure. And of course, no folk remedies and waiting for it to pass on its own. A plug in the urethra will not disappear by itself. You need a professional here. So you aren't afraid of the vet visit. Let me briefly tell you what will happen there. The vet is a friend. First, they will give the kitty pain relief and relax the spasms. If there is a blockage under anesthesia, they will insert a catheter, a tiny tube that will drain the urine and flush the grit out of the bladder. It sounds scary, but it brings the animal instant relief. Next comes IV fluids to clean the toxins from the blood, and a course of treatment. Sometimes a special diet is needed to dissolve the stones. In the most difficult cases, when blockages happen constantly, they perform surgery, ureterostomy, making the passage wider. But in most cases, if you acted in time, therapy is enough. Friends, the health of our furry ones is in our hands, and the best prevention here is simple. Lots of fresh water. Get a water fountain. Cats adore them. Weight control, less stress, and more love. Remember, a cat frozen in the litter box isn't being stubborn. It is a plea for help. Be attentive to your little predators, and may their trips to the bathroom be boring, fast, and regular. If this video was helpful, please hit the like button. It helps other owners see it and might save a kitty somewhere. Subscribe to understand your pet's language better. Health to you and your tails. Bye.